him as a dad, and I knew him more of a father than the community leader. I knew Dad for Dad. Dad was always there, giving me support and encouraging me. He was there. He was there all the time whenever I needed him. He was there to take me back and forth to different functions that I had over my life. And, you know, he was always there at the football games and everything. So my father was there, and he was a person who instilled wisdom into me. And I always knew him because he had that meek and quiet spirit. You know, and, you know, I never seen him really upset. You know, he never, you know, raised his voice at me or anything like that. And I'm not saying that that wasn't needed, but he showed me that long suffering, that gentleness and kindness of the fruits of the Spirit that operated in him. And it really impacted my life because he would give me questions to figure out the problems that I was facing and the challenges I was going through. He would come with questions and then have me resolve it by answering these certain questions.
I'm trying to figure out the day I met him. It's as if I always knew him and there was never an introduction. But I'm thankful to God that I did meet him. I think that we came across each other through some of the many meetings that we shared together with civic and community concerns and interests throughout this community and beyond. And Reverend Edwards was a master of working in community, having a passion and a heart for people, for their situation, their circumstance, and their quality of life. Now, I came along a little bit younger at the time, and I had the same sort of passions, and he and I worked together on a number of initiatives and issues.
I remember when I first entered into the pastoralship back in 1991, and how your dad took me, you know, under his wing, and he imparted some of the things that were in him within me, and one of the things was to help others.
Yeah, you know, he would always talk about giving back, reaching out to the community, helping those that are down and out. I told him, I can identify with you, Reverend Edwards, with the ministry. I can identify you with business. I cannot identify with you with going out to this community. I just cannot see myself taking turkeys to people. I don't have the grace for it, but he kept talking. But that's where it was at, you know, that many people needed to get out in there. For years I said, no, I can't do it, you know. And one day when I got years later, when I was called to be a pastor, you know, I inherited a church. On the outside of the building, it said, "For the glory of God and the service of the community." And all I could think about was Reverend Eddie Edwards. I said, he didn't prophesy this on me. Now I inherited a building. I got to get into the community. And to my surprise, when I started getting into community work, it was like I should have been doing it all along. So that was an impact, a seed that he planted that took time to grow. But when it burst, oh man, that's all we do now. We have a CDC and everything. So I love it. I give him the credit for that.
My relationship with Eddie Edwards was a gift. I met Eddie Edwards more than 25 years ago, and the first time we had a real chance to work together was around the founding of the Cornerstone Schools. What I found that I liked so much about Eddie, that he was truly a man after Jesus' own heart. He was a man that had put others before himself, and I saw that happen day in and day out in so many different ways.
Joy of Jesus was probably one of the best moments of my life because I was able to share the love of Jesus Christ with all the young people that I came in contact with. I was assistant camp director, arts and crafts teacher. I worked boys and girls summer camp. I also worked for the after-school program, and then I started a summer day camp program at Joy of Jesus because not everybody can go to camp. I loved working for Joy of Jesus. Just the fact that I could tell kids about the love of Jesus Christ was amazing. To hear them sing about Jesus Christ was amazing. And it was a blessing. I didn't make a lot of money, but I never went lacking anything. Like I said, it was probably the best time of my life.
You know, like I said, if it wasn't for Joy of Jesus, honestly, I don't know how bad of a child I probably would have been. And I wasn't the best child, but I was a very good child in my own words because of Joy. Joy of Jesus is one of the main reasons why, along with my parents. Because, I mean, I looked forward to going to Joy of Jesus after school, like literally every day. I mean, you wanted to go to Bible study. I mean, it started off kind of rough. We was like, I don't want to go to Bible study, because you just wanted to play basketball. But after, you know, you guys put it in our head, well, look, you got to put God first before you do anything. So once we learned putting God first, you know, it worked out as is my life today. You know what I'm saying? You put God first and everything, activities or whatever comes secondary.
My two favorite experiences with being affiliated with Joy of Jesus would be the one experience with learning how to cook French toast. I love French toast, and I appreciate that. And another experience was the basketball tournaments that they used to have. I used to love being a part of that. That was really great.
What I remember most is the love that was given to each and every person that came through the walls of Joy of Jesus.
Well, my daughters started going to camp at a young age. One started at 8 years old, and the other one, she was 5. Then when they came back, my daughters came back from summer camp, they sang for the whole day, for the whole week. And so I said, well, I need to get them involved so that they can keep this attitude of just happiness. So I would go up to Joy of Jesus every day. It was just a lot of different things going on there all the time, you know, and I just kept coming to Joy of Jesus with my girls, and eventually a job came open, and Miss Sherry asked me, go apply for it. And Mr. Edwards, when I had a meeting with him, he said, why wouldn't I hire you, Miss Elaine? I said, I don't know. He said, you're hired. Just go tell Sherry, Miss Sherry, that I'm going to hire you. And from there on, I was an employee. I got paid to do something I liked. You know, when you are doing what you're supposed to do in life, it just comes easy.
He impacted me to the point in the camp experience, the scriptures, but the staff too. He knew how to get the right people in place to minister not just religion, but really the life of Christ. It was the life of Christ that really impacted people like myself.
Actually, for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been talking to a lot of guys from the neighborhood on rebuilding, doing what the brother doing here. And I've been talking about it, trying to get guys in the neighborhood that grew up throughout Joy of Jesus, like what can we do to rebuild Joy of Jesus or help rebuild Joy of Jesus? And actually, I got a lot of response back, like, yeah, we need that.
When you hear of 8-year-olds stabbing their brothers, you think, how could this be happening? If they had a Joy of Jesus, then they would be busy doing kid things instead of things that they shouldn't be doing.
One of the kids who was at Joy of Jesus camp, you know, I met up with her last year. during Life Remodeled, which is, you know, just a great movement in the city of Detroit. And her name's Monica. You know her. But she was one of those kids who a WMUZ listener supported her, sent her to camp. She got to hear about Jesus. She went swimming. I suppose she tried to fish. She responded to the call to salvation, gave her heart to the Lord, became a Detroit police officer, and is now furthering the kingdom of God and propagating the faith, all because of that seed that had been planted in her. And the Bible makes it very clear. One plants a seed, another waters. God gives the increase. He wants all of us to grow to our full potential. That's where He created us. But you know, the devil has had a heyday and stopped the presses. Well, we say we're breaking open those presses, and we're just going to let the flow of the Holy Spirit take place at Camp Creation. But we need people's help. We need, you know, it's going to be a pretty simple thing to do. You just think about, what's 1 week at camp worth? What about one person who's the director? What do they need? How can we support that person? How can we support one of the counselors? How can we make sure that there's a lifeguard on hand? Let's pay for that person. I mean, you know, just think about how simple it is. You just break it down and you say, okay, which thing can I do? How can I be a part of this? And it's gonna be a decision that you make and give to that will be eternal.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Kurt is doing right now, creating partners and opening the door for other partners to join him in the revitalization in the neighborhood that he's working in. It's absolutely crucial. We all need to be there. We need to find a way, a minor way, a major way, but we're not going to bring Detroit back if we don't partner and if we don't take the opportunity that Kurt is extending to all of us to say, hey, how can you lend a hand in that neighborhood? I know I'm going to look to see what I can do there.
I'd like to say that after hearing about the Camp Creation project and what Kirk is doing, it really touched my heart. I see so many young people that coming that are lost, that if we had a program to introduce them to this, it would make a difference. And that's why I'm getting involved. And I would like to encourage everyone that whatever you can do, get in, support financially, undergird this ministry, be one of the partners in this effort, and it will pay great dividends. And as Detroit, even in Detroit, when we say this is the new Detroit, the movement that Kirk is undertaking right now is the real essence of what the new Detroit is all about. So I encourage you, let's get involved.
When you understand that what you do for others, God will make happen for you. Your reward is not man. God is your reward. And He said, I will make it happen for you. So I want you to get involved. I want you to plant seed. I want you to sponsor somebody. Do whatever it takes to change lives. I'm going to leave you with this. You're not assigned to everybody. You are assigned to somebody. Now make a difference. God bless.
You know, unfortunately, because of my schedule, I'm not able to be at the fundraiser tonight, but I want everybody who's there to know and to understand that I'm fully supportive of the initiatives that the Reverend Kirk Edwards is bringing to the fore, following in the legacy and building on the foundation of his wonderful dad and my friend and brother, Reverend Eddie K. Edwards. And so I'm hoping that you are as excited as I am about the opportunity that we have together to make something good happen for kids in our community. That they might have a place where they can steal away from the rigors of urban life at some point and see another side of life, another way of life, another quality of life, retreat and refresh themselves so that they'll be able to come back and be the people that God intended for them to be. If I were you, I'd support this. I'd make it a priority, and I'm praying that this will be a tremendous opportunity, a great fundraiser, and a great step toward the advancement of this mission. God bless you.